Good morning, Viking fans. Let's get ready. It's Sunday. It's Skull Sunday. Let's skull. Let's bring Skull to the bowl. Let's talk about that next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Now make sure you go down, click subscribe, click like, leave a comment. I want to hear from you. I always reply. Let's talk about the game today. The Cardinals are going to the bank. Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. They haven't beat us at home since the 1970s. Let's go. Skull Vikings. Let's bring Skull to the bowl starting today. Let's bring it all together. None of this, who's going to play good today? Let's all play good. I want to see what the Vikings can do coming out of a bye because they've been terrible coming out of the bye. Apparently 3-9 in their last 12. Let's do it, guys. We need to come out of a bye. You show us who the coaches are. Show us who the players are. Show us that we're prepared. We're bad in the first quarter. We're bad in the third quarter. It seems like anytime we have a break, even though it's 20 minutes, we're not starting out hot. Let's go. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's focus on the Cardinals today. Let's see who the Cardinals are, man. But before we do, let's talk about the injury report since I have that up. The injury report for the Minnesota Vikings. Jalen Naylor is game status. He's fine. Full practice on Friday. He had a hamstring, and he's just, is mainly a special teamer. I don't think he saw the field as an offensive receiver. He may have, I don't know, but I don't think so. Jonathan Bullard, defensive end, illness. He did not practice on Friday, and he's questionable. Now he's our main backup, I believe, at right defensive end. No, he's our starter. My bad, starter at right defensive end. That kind of worries me. I feel like we do not have depth. Blaylock, if he starts at right end today, or James Lynch, they need to show what they can do. Hopefully it's not the case. Bullard fully healthy. Hopefully he's playing. I like him. He's played solid. He's not a big pass rush threat, but not many 3-4 defensive linemen are. But Jonathan Bullard pushes the pocket, and I like it. In fact, I think he's, come to think of it, I think he plays a lot of left end because Tomlinson plays the right end a lot. So that means probably James Lynch might get a start, which makes me feel better than Blacklock starting. Now, let's go with the Arizona Cardinals. Max Garcia, guard, is out. Dennis Gardeck, out. Linebacker. Rodney Hudson, center, out. I think that might be their backup center. I'm not positive. DJ Humphries, offensive tackle, questionable. He is a starter. He's a back injury. Christian Matthew, cornerback, out. Jalen Thompson, free safety, unspecified, full practice on Friday. Calf injury. Kelvin Beachum, just a rest, unspecified. He had limited practice on Wednesday. No report on Thursday or Friday. James Conner, big one. He's out. They're starting tailback. He's a pretty good one. He's an all-around back, too, so he gets the ball thrown to him. Zach Ertz, tight end, unspecified. He just got rested. Cody Ford, offensive tackle, ankle. Full practice on Friday. Matt Prater, kicker, questionable. This could be big. I mean, you got your running back. In fact, you got two running backs. Darrell Williams, running back, questionable. J.J. Watt, defensive end, unspecified. I think it was more of a rest issue. Limited practice on Wednesday. Trayvon Mullen, cornerback, hamstring, unspecified. And Byron Murphy, starting cornerback, back, questionable. Limited practice on Friday. So their injury list is probably 5 times longer than ours. if not 6-7 times longer than ours. Jalen Naylor, just Jonathan Bullard, questionable, and You know, Jalen Naylor's full go. So that looks good for the Vikings. We are the healthiest team in the Minnesota Vikings, or in the NFL. Knock on wood. We've been the healthiest Vikings team. If you remember, the past few years, our defense have been decimated by injuries. This year, no. And I give it a lot of credit to our new training staff, Sugarman, the past whatever decades. I don't know how long he was our head athletic trainer. He was more of a rub some dirt on it, get it back in the game. And there's reports after he got fired about how he treated injured players, especially younger players. So that being said, it is a big time difference how healthy this team is now that we got new athletic trainer. So credit to Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah addressing that issue and making the hard choices and just cleaning house and revamping our training staff. Good job, Kwesi. Now, let me talk about the team differences. Let me pull that up. As far as tail of tape, the stats: Vikings offense, yards per game, 339.8, 18th overall. Let's compare that to Arizona, 343.1, 15th overall. So they're barely above us in offense. Our record's better. That meaning to me that we just make less mistakes. We've had special teams that has given us the ball in better position on both defense and offense than anybody in the league. Ryan Wright is just an amazing kicker. He's the punt god now. He's like, that's his title. But Vikings offense, passing 242, 10th overall. They're passing 221.3, 18th overall. So as far as passing goes, we're right up there. Rushing 97.8, we're 25th overall, but there is a very slim margin for like 10 to 15 spots. It's very slim. This is a team that can run the ball. Dalvin Cook is running at 4.8 yards per carry, but he's getting in fewer rushes than any team in the league. We just need to run the ball a little bit more. We're very effective. We're very, very effective. And the Saints game kind of drew us back because I think he only had 6 carries that game. So rushing, we're 25th. They're 13th with 121.9. Connor's out, so that's a big deal. Points, 23.2, 13th overall. So we're 13th highest scoring team in the league. Has a lot to do with our field position being better than anybody's in the league. For them, 22.3, 15th. So we're scoring more than they are. Vikings defense, yards per game, poultry 384.5, 27th in the league. Now, keep in mind, this is about where we were last year. The big difference is field position. We're giving the team the worst field position in the league, our opponent, so they're having longer to go. They're getting a lot of yards, but they're not scoring, which is, we're only giving up 19.7 points per game, which is 12th. So 27th, but only giving 12th in scoring. It has a lot to do with it, plus our turnovers helping out a lot. Rushing, 112.5 is 14th we're giving up. Middle of the road. We've improved as the games went on, and honestly, we've held people below their average, so it's pretty good. I give us a lot of credit for that, considering it's a new defense. They're rushing 101.1, 7th. They're giving up the least amount of yards. Honestly, against the Saints, they look kind of overpowered. So hopefully we can run the ball on them. Scoring, I said 19.7. We're 12th. They're 27th, giving up 25 points a game. So this bodes well offensively for us against their defense. They give up a lot of points. We don't give up a lot of points. We don't, but we score. Let's see, we score below the average they give up. So this should be a boost for us. And honestly, I've made the prediction that we're going to win 31-24, and the only reason it's 24 is because they get a late score, making it closer. Now, Kyler Murray. I did a video about the Call of Duty effect and how that's going to affect him. And it should have came out this week. He's a big Call of Duty guy. It's a 2 XP weekend. He might be playing that game right now as we speak. All right, he might be playing that game right now. So, he had on 7 games, 281 attempts, 184 completion, 65.5% completion percentage, 1667, so 1,667 yards, 5.9 average. These guys don't throw the ball down the field. That is a very, very low average, well below his average. Last year was 7.9. 30. Keep considering DeAndre Hopkins hadn't been playing for him until last week. Might have something to do with it. 7 TDs, 4 interceptions, and sacked 15 times already. So that's pretty big. You can get after him, and he has an 83.7 quarterback rating, down from 100.6 last year. He kind of hangs in that area, 94.3, 87.4, 92.3. But definitely a down year for him. Here is what makes him different as a quarterback. 45 rushing attempts for 263 yards, 5.8 yards per average. So he is running the ball as a quarterback almost as far as he's passing the ball as a quarterback. So, that's struggling. He's gotten 2 TDs rushing, and has here's a problem for him. He's got 3 fumbles. So he gives up the ball. He's given up 7 turnovers. The Vikings cause a lot of turnovers. This is a match made in heaven for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's look at some of the players. See here, rushing Connor. Should be the main guy. 200 yards rushing, 3.7 yards per carry though. But he does receive the ball. He had 103 yards receiving, 7.4 yards average. But Benjamin, he has 4.6 yards per carry. Kyler Murray leads the team with 5.8, and he's only 2 shy of being their leading rusher on the team. So, yeah. I mean, it looks good for the Vikings. They got their, main rushing threat, who's a complete back, out. DeAndre Hopkins had 10 receptions for 103 yards. He's their biggest threat. I think nobody had really over 30 yards. Maybe nobody had over 40 for sure, outside of DeAndre Hopkins last week. So I feel pretty good about, even though DeAndre Hopkins has come back, it's kind of affected the chemistry with the other players. He's already, they got the other receiver, Marquise Brown. He's been pretty solid. 43 receptions, 485 yards. But again, they're not getting down the field all that much. He had 3 TDs. He's only, 7 TDs, 3 by Brown. Zach Ertz got 2. Dutch got 2. Probably a big threat is having our tight end stretch in the middle of the field, taking the linebackers out, having running backs and receivers, in the flat, taking the ball outside. Because honestly, Kyler Murray, he's openly admitted he cannot see you if you're in the middle of the field, and you need to get open. You need to get in the right space so he can see you. And he's said that on the podium. So a lot to be said about how the Vikings need to handle the pass rush, stay in their lanes, keep him in the pocket, read the keys on the zone read so he doesn't get those big chunk yardage. He's got 5.8 yards per carry. It's all because he does a really good job on that read option and those designed runs. He's very quick. Now I do see, and this is just what I think, that Osamo is going to get some playing time and is going to be that player that spies on him when he comes into the game. And that might be a third down and long type of thing, situation where you keep him from going out and running it. running for the first down if he's scrambling. I feel like that would be Asamoah's job. So you may see Asamoah coming in a lot for Hicks on third down. He had done that in Miami. I think he came in 6 times to do that. So look for that. Look Asamoah to be that spy. And I've said this before in other videos, we are made for this team because we are a zone team. And we have good rush discipline. So we're made for Kyler Murray. Honest to God, we are made, even though we don't like running quarterbacks, but for playing a zone defense against a running, a guy that can scramble like him. And he's not a running quarterback per se, but he can scramble as good as anybody. And with the zone defense and not being heavily man defense, that is tailor-made for a player like this. As long as we're causing turnovers, this defense will work. Bend, don't break. Give them bad field position with the special teams. That's the way we got to win today. If you want to learn more, go look at my other videos where I do like 7 keys to victory. That's it for today. Let's go Vikings. Let's get them. This is a game we should win. We are better than this team. Let's go. Let's make the adjustments. Come out of the bye. Make that 4-9 in the last 13 years out of the bye. Let's turn this ship around. Let's get to the bowl. Let's skull to the bowl. All right, let's go. That's it for today. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Tell me what you think. Give me a score prediction right below. Thank you. Skull Vikings. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Skull Vikes.